Hey guys, for Everything Horror, this is ABC Halloween, and today I'm talking about the HalloweenCostumes.com Halloween lineup for 2024. Now I am in a change of setting just temporarily, but it's interesting this year with Halloween costumes because they're usually not a big name, people really don't talk about them usually. But they've actually received a good spot in the Halloween lineups this year because HalloweenCostumes.com is like a wholesale costume supplier that usually gets, like licensed costumes from Disney and such. They really just sell those, and some of their own, made by us, they call it. And they have some animatronics. Now, obviously, their animatronics are, it's HalloweenCostumes.com, but it's not like Spirit Halloween. I mean, Spirit Halloween is the top seller, of course, but they still sell some interesting props, usually relying on SVI or completely designing and crafting their own props to sell. And so it's definitely interesting with what they do. And so in this video, I am talking about HalloweenCostumes.com's lineup. Now, it's actually interesting here because we have some definitely interesting props. Some are good, some are bad. So, I guess we'll start off on a good note with the 8-foot pink skeleton. Now, this thing talks stupid, it talks like a lady. Of course I had the man buys him. Ooh, I'm a man, so I want a good, creepy skeleton. But, under a black light, this thing would rule. It would look so cool under black light, I'm sure. And I'm sure the colors would just pop so much under UV light. And so in like a carnival setting or something, this would look really cool. Or just in a setting that you want like a flare and a color scheme that's like bright, then definitely do this because this will look great under UV light. It is of course a remake of the infamous 8-foot skeleton from SVI. That's kind of like the 12-foot skeleton, but it's 8 feet and it moves its mouth and moves its eyes with digitized still. So just think of the 12-foot skeleton, 8 feet, moving mouth, phrases. That's literally it. But that one's usually like a whitish tone in color, and I honestly don't like it that much. I think the phrases are kind of weird. But this pink one is honestly cool. Not them saying, "Oh, I love the pink because it's so cute." But I'm not like that kind of person. But I think under a black light and in the right settings it'd be cool. Of course I have the audio muted because, it's kind of stupid. But it'll be perfectly fine in my opinion. Especially under black light, and with those darting eyes moving all around. Now, I think I'll talk next about the Plague Doctor, which, if you do know, this prop has been a prototype since early last year. So we're talking this has been a prototype since, last March. And so I am glad to see this coming out. I am so very glad. It's not perfect, but it's still great. Of course, this was a prop that was a prototype back in last March, in one of Brick Thunder's videos. I think I made a little video back then as well, saying, I was so little, but I was like, guys, Brick Thunder in a new video just teases new animatronic. But, of course, now I'm growing up more, and so I'm not like, yes, Brick Thunder made an animatronic. Or, he saw an animatronic, but still, he's cool. His voice makes no sense, and of course has the speaker quality of HalloweenCostumes.com, where it's even worse than Jenny almost, because it's like, that's literally what it sounds like. It sounds like that. It sounds like Darth Vader, but worse. I don't know how a voice, like a foggy sounding voice, can get worse than Darth Vader, but whatever. He looks cool. I think the lunging's kind of weird. Of course, we used from Lunging Ghoul from SVI and Menards a few years ago. Or Smoldering Ghoul. Same kind of movement where it, does a weird reaching movement. It's interesting. It's an interesting use. His stature and his size is amazing. And honestly, it's some good competition with the Home Depot, Plague Doctor this year. Video coming right after this video, right before this video, or the day after this video is posted, sometime around this video's release date, I will be making a video about the Plague Doctor from Home Depot. But for now, Halloween Costumes did okay. They did okay, what can I say? Also, there's an animated Slimer that I'm excited about. He looks really good, don't get me wrong. He looks amazing, he almost looks pro. I like the arms, it's just you can kind of tell they move with, a little, seam there. And then in the back, of course they gave him the detail of having a butt. but they didn't add a detail of his power box device. So you can kind of see, like, where you can access him, right on the back of his head, and back there's where, like, the butt details are. It sounds so stupid, but Slimer has a butt, as you've heard in Nate's videos many years ago. He has a butt, and so I think it looks very stupid that they just put that right there, especially if you're using the plug option, which you probably will, but still. I've never personally seen Ghostbusters, and I think that audio is pretty freaking scary. So, it definitely is interesting. Next is Dr. Finkelstein from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I have the bias, of course. It's not that big. I'm sorry, but I think we get that merchandise a little too much, but not the animatronics. It's definitely a big moneymaker, and oh, I love this thing. I love Dr. Finkelstein so much. He's amazing. He's from the video I saw, he speaks like 19 phrases from the movie. This is nuts. He speaks like the whole dialogue from the movie, which is nuts. And he looks amazing. But he's Jemmy. Jemmy, for the last time, lose the license. I don't want your garbage quality, Jemmy. Oogie Boogie looks stupid. He looks like a garbage sack. You got Jack and Sally, which the old ones had immense issues, and Home Depot fixed that for you. I don't know, but this Finkelstein idea, I don't know, Jemmy. I love if SVI tried to take a take on NBC. Nightmare Before Christmas. But, something that is good is the Buzzhead animatronic. This is my favorite from their lineup, probably ever. This is probably my favorite prop from them. You can really see, with that face, that they have way up their detail in props. It still has, like, the weird yellow eye looking thing, but, especially for repaint, it looked crazy amazing. And honestly, Rick Thunder deserves a thunderous applause. Rick Thunder deserves a thunderous applause, because he did not make this, but he made sure that they made new concepts. Because back in the day, if you know Halloween costumes, they'd be pretty stupid. Like, we're talking a year or two ago, they just sell this most stupid stuff. They'd all rely on Jemmy, and they make these stupid items. Like that Scarecrow that was supposed to come out last year, and I think he might have. That thing is garbage, dog. But this thing, this is amazing. This is one of my favorite props of the year. And I think it's probably their best prop they've ever released, besides Kane the Candy Clown. Of course, I love him too. But this is crazy. The saw on the head spins, which is amazing. He says, "Do you want the blade or the saw?" Which is so creepy. Of course, the voice is not the best, and probably the speaker won't be either, but of course, hopefully it'll have the volume knob, probably for it being their prop. It'll just have the good old knob, you can just twitch, and it'll be off. But it's still amazing. I love the gore of it. It's a great Halloween prop, considering Spirit would never dare do something like this. I mean, even Buzzsaw from Spirit Halloween was, like, goreless. He was just clean. He was Mr. Clean. He was a bald guy, all clean and everything. Buzzsaw was just a horrible prop. I mean, he was a good prop, but, like, the blood aspect and the really scary aspect of the blood was just horrible. So Buzzhead is definitely worth it, in my opinion. Also, I would like to say, we have the Whack-A-Mole clowns, the two-headed clowns, something like that. They're the two-headed clowns that have mallets, and of course they have that very generic-looking Halloween costumes clown head. They have not changed that besides Kane. They all look that way. He's got two hammers. It's built like Whack-A-Mole, kinda. It's kind of like, it's a ripoff of Two Scoops and Whack-A-Mole, but it's kind of different. One of the phrases, one of them says, "Want to play Whack-A-Mole," and the other one says, "Where's all the moles?" And so, Whack-A-Mole whop you over the head, I guess. That's just like the thing. But I think these are the main props I'm going to be talking about in today's video. But don't forget, they're also returning a bunch of crappy Jemmy props, like Ringtone, Michael Myers, the man, the horrible legend himself. Sorry guys, that was just, But whatever, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and like and subscribe, and goodbye.